round.
We're finally into our first round of the DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, and Sundai Young's going to kick things off with authority. Lost those two players down around middle off just a very aggressive push from Sundai Young. Has kind of thrown a wrench in the works. Ooh. Now Chopper removing Nico.
And now it is just two remaining members of G2 just trying to send some prayers through with these pistols, but just Spirit not having it, connecting the dots on every shot they've taken, leaving Hunter very lonely with the Glock and smoke grenade over here by this A ramp position, and Mir will quick in to block off jungle, and G2 looking to spring onto A site.
Making moves out, but this is where some of the inferior weaponry may work against Spirit. I say that as Dexter drills in with two frags, but there's Hunter and Nexa both stepping up to the plate. Just is going to connect tons of damage onto Hunter, but doesn't finish him outright. HE's trying to finish off what they started, and a Molotov on top of the triple box, but down. And Nico looking to shut their eyes permanently into round 3. He's waiting his time, he's biting, and now he will strike. Big kill onto Magix, leaves Sundai Young in such an awkward position. And to add everything else to the woes, he's got no grenades, no smokes, no flashes, and now no life. G2 destination will be on the B site. Jax will be ripping straight through in. The aforementioned MP9 now needs to hold its ground, and it's Magix that puts it into the head of Amanek, drops down, can't quite get double. And that's where if he had an M4, you expect it to shine through and prevail with a double kill. As it stands, though, Spirit are up close enough to have a feasible swing and see if something connects in the process. Nexa and Jax are both feeling worse than we're at low HP, and Nexa's now been finished off. Chopper going in for the pre-fire, doing his due diligence and closing off these angles. There's no kit between the two of them, though, currently. They have to pick one up from a corpse of their teammate, but Jax and Nico say no. They hold on, and G2 looking at another 2 rounds at least.
Yeah, it seems like they could have maybe taken a bit more shaved off to try to get him that op, but we do see an exchange break out in middle. Chopper really the solo defender for now, but Sundai Young and Mir coming in as reinforcements just in time, but they're getting stamped out.
2v3, Spirit slightly behind. They needed Mir to come up clutch. One of their star players has been dulled down, and now Magix definitely has it within him to clutch this. First frag is...
Again, what you're seeing here from G2 is they're very much looking to have Connector as
especially when you consider that Spirit are no scrubs. You know, they're making Spirit look like an ordinary team, like a top 30 team maybe.
With Hunter's presence in middle.
This is really cool to see. They're just isolating Spirit from one another. The flashbang was so good. And although there's 2 players stuck in the back of the site, one of which is Dexter, he's now been nullified, and Amanek goes in for more. Entering like a boss, 3K for Amanek, and a 6th
jump that he was looking for there.
Actually works out in his favor, though. Relocates into the connector, knocks out Nexa. So finally, Spirit have the first pick. They have a first chance in what feels like forever. I don't think any of these 6 rounds that G2 have picked up, Spirit have had the first kill this game. And a second.
No, you're
as
absolutely correct. Yeah, that's kind of those situations that you just didn't anticipate it, considering their resources. Big catch from Sundai Young onto Hunter. This round is just crumb.
The call, go for the rotations. Molly is well placed, forces out the smoke. Now pushing through with a flashbang, and Magix from Apps will put down Amanek. They know where Nico is, and they've dealt with him swiftly. Only one. Can they get the slight timing window? As Sundai Young moves away, Chopper now gets aggressive towards Palace. An integral frag goes the way of Jax. But now Dexter, perfectly poised on CT. With his AWP, will let it do the talking for him. And try and dull down and suppress G2. They're not going to front out just behind the first casualty of Jax. They're going to stall this one out a little bit longer. Big frag from Hunter, and there's Nico as well with the AWP. And
that Sundai Young was in window room and basically, you know, was insurance that couldn't be possible, and when he did that was the moment that G2 started pouring more utility towards Ticket Booth, not allowing Dexter to get an angle back onto the site as the bomb went down. So
rotation, and have a look at this, 3 plays over on the B, 2 of which are going through Apps.
Yeah, they're trying to come up with something different here. Mir trying to play an angle on A ramp, and Dexter being there with the op already. It seems like Period are well prepared.
And also the bomb was dropped way back towards middle, so they already were lacking a player. They have to send another player away, and they're just being ripped to shreds, just bit by bit, piece by piece. Next are the only player that's got any success, but it feels like it's too little too late. And Magix with the SMG will be
trying to establish some mid control with Nico. I Might see an optimal breakout here, and it's gonna go to Dexter. For that heavy explosion up connector, however, but Dexter's op is right there. He's got some coverage from Young to focus up.
2 frags go down, nearly gets a third. They're just walking out one by one. Nexa and Jax, with 18 seconds to go, have got to get kills. They just picked up 2, but Dexter's still stuck at the back of the site. And as long as he lives, it funnels away the T's attention from the real threat, which is Young and Sandwich. And now Dexter comes.
But these incendiaries have slowed them down, but they're going to extinguish and push forward.
They're not respecting the nades. They're going to push straight through, and maybe they should have respected, because they're being blown piece by piece from G2. They're now pushing their way. An over-rotation to come to pass, and that's exactly what's happened. However, now Team Spirit are realizing that, and they're saying, nope, Young, go across.
He's trying to find a new angle.
Oh, the aim was just slightly away from him. To be fair, though, he was getting doubled for full on execute were to come to pass, and now G2 will be pushing through. This time, no incendiaries to greet them on ramp. They will be spilling out, but it's Dexter spills the blood of Jax. Chopper also chips in for Nico. Be bypassing any players. But the fact that the bomb is still in ramp, and look at Amanek's position, he's completely screwed, comes out with a big headshot onto Young, but he can't add to that mantle. It does.
It's now also getting pushed behind by Dexter's AWP. He's basically trapped in the corner. Time is dwindling, and Nexa clutched the kill onto Mir. That is massive. That gives him a chance now, as we can see Hunter cut off the rotations in spawn. The bomb makes it into B.
9 could very well just rip through both players, and it does. G2 will be leading at halftime.
Can be a bit of a mixed bag, as Hunter looking to get aggressive here.
Wants to return the favor. This is the exact play that Young did in the first pistol. It got him 2 headshots, but it's Dexter that passes the bullet between his eyes. Mia now will be fighting out of this round. And G2 are a player behind, but more importantly, they've gave up a site. There is a fast track towards the A play if Spirit want to go for it. Nexa has a few opportunities, snatches at it, and misses as a result. Young, the pistol king of the first round, is still alive, and he's already posted up 2. There is a kit down, which was trying to get retrieved by Jax, but he's lost his life as a result, and that puts a 4 HP Amanek into a 1-on-3 post plant. Young, the pistol god from Spirit, just behind him as well with the AK, but he's already moved up towards Connector. Oh, this is going to be boding so poorly for G2 and Amanek. Just off the back of
really being much more swift, you know, going for the dry peek, going for that high speed, and Young catching Jax jiggle peeking in this B site. We see Hunter putting some utility down to try to slow the progress down of Young. Meanwhile, Nico, he wants to just try to catch a kill, maybe play for the retake, as we do see Nexa making that flank. Great kill from Nico in mid.
There's that fluidity that you were talking about before, the versatility. Amanek goes down with the AWP. Well, no problem. Nico can pick it up and pick up the slack, albeit down to 26. 20 seconds to go with, though. That's going to be enough time for the post plant to come to fruition. Magic's a flash into the market. They're trying to buy up enough time for this rotational play to come through, and if Magic's had gone down to the hands of Hunt, that may have changed.
30 HP to spare. Looks like Nexa may be able to cut off some exits here. Indeed, lines up 2. Looking for another, but Dexter will not allow that to happen. And they are not really...
Just slowly tightening its grip on the CT side. Nico's going to try and burst out, though, and in doing so, Young is gift-wrapped a free frag. Amanek, the only player that's bounced back. There's a ton of damage that's been done, but he misses his second opportunity. And with that missed shot, the round may very well follow, especially as Chopper is laying Jax to rest. A ton of flashes. Pure and utterly blinded is Amanek. Finally comes back in with a bit of action towards Young. Good shot through the boxes onto Mia, but he's no near in good enough position to feasibly clutch this round. And Chopper,
they're kind of blocking them off a bit, but one smoke went deep, so maybe there's a chance for G2?
Oh, Jax okay with a deagle, puts down 1, but there's no follow-up damage, and Hunter was smoked off. He wanted to wide swing out. Now he's got the opportunity. Speaking of unleash,
it'll be hard for Young to isolate some 1v1s and somehow get bomb possession back. Hunter will finish it off there with the AWP. Just a brilliant
springboard.
Yes.
It gives them an opportunity, but it will be fleeting, and you better believe if you don't make the most of it, you'll be put down. How was Young afforded the chance to even wide swing? Amanek molly towards site, but they're all spilling out of the apps already, but it does bottleneck them into the embracing arms of Hunter, who's really come alive in these last couple of rounds, as has Amanek. 3 HP left, already 2 kills, and 2 more players to deal with, and Amanek holds the line one more time. Dexter finally will get the man, but there's only 14 seconds, and it's not even as if he has control over the bomb, and Jax will be coming around from Catwalk.
He's done just that, but they've been slowed down by some counter utility, but now they will press in.
An explosive counter-strike now from Spirit, but G2, they have the diffuser close. The bomb has also been dropped out in such an awkward position. They're already smoked off. Walls on this defense. It's looking like a fortress for the time being. The siege now will be coming to an abrupt end as Hunter with the A1S is silencing Spirit at an alarmingly fast rate, as will Nexa. G2, skilled player. As he said, saved the round for them. No doubt in my mind. Well, that was a 2v4. Now Chopper, though, goes straight back in, nullifying Nico, who's down on underpass, and Jax tries to scurry away, but he gets picked off in the back.
Spirit, they can take their time. Oh, the timing's unreal for Amanek.
That's so unlucky.
My goodness, I feel bad for him.
Site, and I doubt that G2, with their current economic situation, want to move off A. They just desperately want to hold on to these guns, but Chopper may not allow them to.
G2's put up some good resistance here in the middle of the second half. Let Spirit have captured control. That's the situation they were put in based on the economy. Oh, and Omnek's been spotted. Oh, lands a shot anyway.
Smoke clears. Mia may very well explode out with a flash alongside it. Nico holds the line. That's the bomb that's been dropped, and Nico goes in for seconds. Suddenly only 2 players remain. It's Dexter, who has a ton of grenades still at his disposal, tossing them across, but it's Magix that has to pick up the slack.
Play out this round as Hunter will now commit to this, jumping up on top of the boxes. Will be tested by Sumdaeyoung soon. Sumdaeyoung gets the read. That is. And there's no rotation really in place yet either. He could be in a lot of trouble. He has to absolutely pop off here to give his team a chance. Nico gets a kill. In the meantime, though, out in middle, that's going to help things along. Jack playing smart.
Big headshot. Bomb's been tickled. Does he go out for the white swing? He knows it's going to be a fake, but Magix with a drive-by headshot. So impactful for Spirit, and Dexter from Apps pops off Amanek. And in that kill, they need Nexa to rotate all the way around Catwalk. They know the AWP's in Apps. They'll be very cognizant of this on the approach. Every chance now for Spirit to clutch on for the 15-13 lead, but Nico, he's not done just yet. The A1S is back in action. Chopper's been tagged down. Dexter goes for the white swing, gets the frag, but now Nico, he's coming in. He knows exactly where Dexter is. He's been in these situations so many times. Holds down onto the side, the defuse. The bomb's not planted fully, but Dexter and Nico has stole around away from Spirit.
Really knew who was going to be in control. Once again, Nico given free reign in the window. This time he's actually looking for the fight, and he finds it. A huge headshot on Samir.
Could be the difference maker. And
it
should be mentioned that before that round, before that moment, Nico was having a bit of a rough one. He was definitely one of the weakest links on G2. Just goes to show that that class is permanent. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves, because Spirit is still in with this. They do counteract onto Amanek. Jax gets aggressive. The Famasto will come out second best, and Sumdaeyoung punishes him. P9 SMG tailor-made for close angles such as this. When things get hot and heavy, the MP9 douses down the flames of Spirit, and it could be in for more. Hunter picks up a third. He moves himself to 25, and more than likely G2 to 15, and Chopper gets caught in the cross.
Hunter looking to get aggressive here over on Catwalk, is going to get tested big time by several players. Spots a couple. Crossfire established, but Spirit coming out on top in that exchange.
Jax, a different angle. They haven't used this too often. It's typically been on the side, and he does reap the rewards with the first frag. Low players coming in. Chopper down to 2 HP, and Jax very nearly takes down Sumdaeyoung. Drops him to a measly 9 HP, so 2 of the 3 are sub 10 health. But there's only 2 players left for G2, and Nico's put that A1S to use. Has really ignited his own form in these last 4 or 5 rounds. Amanek spins up. What a headshot onto Sumdaeyoung, and that could be good enough. Dexter's got 34 kills, by the way. This man has been unstoppable, an absolute mammoth, and he comes head to head, and he passes the test against
35 kills. Yeah, I bet you there's like a million Zoomers watching. They're like, what? Speak of the devil.
Actually pushing through connector, so Magic's position is still important. Jax misses out the first shot, then wide swings in, and Magix has been put down as a result. Hunter elsewhere is going deep into damage. Double frag for Hunter, and suddenly Spirit are a player behind. Sundar Young was not anticipating the bait and switch from Nexa on being on Tetris, and it leaves Dexter in a 1-on-3. I would not write this man off right now, but he doesn't have the AWP. It's the AK by his side, knows what the first player is. He's more interested in where the second and third are. He's thinking about the clutch. Now sees the second players. Nexa scurries away back into the ramp, and Dexter knows where he is. The only downside is the bomb is dropped for Nexa. He has to come out, and Dexter is so close to clutch.
For G2 into this round, they're a round ahead. This is MR3 16K overtime rule set. Nico already caught with one of those AWPs in the underpass position. Chopper also catching a player
Down an underpass and just giving across 2 kills to Team Spirit. So pretty rough. Amanek, though, gets aggressive.
Himself the connector. He's just trying to focus on A-Ramp. He needs to win this fight against Magix. That's his only hope. Or he can slide out for the perfect timing there, but Magix is quick to trade, and that's the problem. 3-on-2 now in favor of Spirit with A-side control, but this flank could be everything from Amanek. He's come all the way around for B apartments with this op, Vince.
Oh, the timing was so grim, but still puts it down center mass onto Magix. Maneuvering round towards CT. The bomb has been smoked. They tickle it, try and draw Mir out into the open, but it's Nexa that goes in for the wide swing, and now Dexter needs to get the lineup on point, but Amanek returns fire, avenges Nexa, and gets the round. That was a 5 versus 3 that G2 just pulled off. Well, he's like, okay, listen, you're not going to peek us, we'll peek you. We're just going to push straight through that smoke. Jax gets one, does get traded out instantly afterwards. And you see there's a player stuck on the site. That was Nexa. Only good for the
ticket. They may be also concerned that someone from G2 has palace control. As the bomb does go down.
right idea. And then they moved in afterwards and caught G2 in awkward positions. Great post plans have now been assumed. Flashbang through. Nowhere near good enough, though, to deal with Sundar Young. And although Amanek goes in for the peak, he does get the kill. The time is drawing ever so quickly. But Nico gets the timing now to Sundar Young. And he is all alive. Surely not again, G2. Out of the fire, the flames, the ebbs. And they really just picked up another clutch scenario with mere seconds to spare.
Out for them. And now they just need one more. They're going to change things up with a very quick palace push.
Dexter has landed 40 kills, and he's not done just yet. Molly up and over onto Palace. Spirit with another lead. This time, though, a very different ball game. It's not G2 trying to retake. It's trying to aggress, trying to puncture through and perforate the site, pillage it if they can. And Dexter shutting down Nexa has got them a step towards holding on. The thing is as well, Dust, there's every chance that our...
Looks like they are really onto the right jump, Vince. I'm liking G2's chances on this attack.
Time, though. Time is working against them. 13 seconds left, but Chopper has made his last stand. And it's a stand that doesn't yield too much. Mia misses so many shots. Uncharacteristic for him. And maybe Dexter could punch this one. Get the 3 seconds left. He's going to be able to get the bomb. No, he doesn't actually. And Nexa then spins.